talking about the hairy kid, and
I think that's every week, Karl. That doesn't narrow it down.
Alright, well, we're talking about that hairy kid in the woods, and did a bit more research this week.
Okay.
Found a good story out about a monkey.
Right.
Which I'll tell Ricky a little bit about it.
Tell me, come on, tell it now.
No,
right.
no,
Well, I reckon we should keep this.
It sounds exciting stuff.
That's got 'em, right? So we'll be doing that. we've got
That's hooked the audience.
Suede, animal nitrate. That's really got a Johnny Marr influence at the end, that guitar, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Still
brilliant.
XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. Tell us about this monkey, Karl.
You're going to love this one, Steve, right? Yeah, so last week we were talking about how, like, a lad left his family because there was problems at home and that. He went and lived in the wood, he got hairy. Right?
No!
Leave it there, Rick, we haven't got time to go into it.
Right, so...
That's what happened.
And that's what happened, he lived with the monkeys, he went hairy.
That's
anyway,
what happened. That's what happened.
Looked into some other stuff about, like, hairy kids and all that.
Yeah.
Came across this story about a bloke, right, who worked in a zoo.
Oh, dear.
Right? So...
Trouble's brewing.
Loving his job and that, but it's quite a lonely sort of job because you don't see many people, you're just dealing with animals all the time, right? So, anyway, he gets a bit pally with a monkey because it's the closest thing to a human.
Well, that ape is.
Right.
Yeah, but you can't really go that close to apes. Well,
what do you mean? What type was it? Do you
Just
mean
let him tell the story.
Was it a chimpanzee?
I reckon it was a chimp, yeah. Yeah,
Oh, you don't even know, so
it was
it's
a
an
chimp.
ape.
It was a chimp. Yeah, but it doesn't matter, does it?
So he
It's a
gets
story.
pally with him.
Right, so he gets pally with
What,
him.
do they go on holiday together?
Well, no, I mean, it starts
On the
off...
pool together.
starts off just checking each other out and, you know, probably sharing lunch and that together.
Yeah.
Right? Anyway, this goes on for a while. You know, they're getting on well and that. And then after a while, right, the monkey starts sort of imitating him a bit more and sort of walking upright.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Right? So he thinks, oh, that's a bit weird. Anyway, they get on really better and what have you. So he thinks... He could live at home with me, because we're getting on the storm, right? So he takes him home, and before
Is this the beginning of Beneath the Planet of the Apes? I think it is. I think you've seen this on video.
I'm worried, because he's already imitating him and they're moving in together. I'm thinking it's maybe a bit like Single White Female. Single White Zookeeper.
Oh, brilliant.
Right, so anyway... So it's moving in, and it's getting used to sort of the normal human life. It's having a cup of tea in the morning.
Yeah, PG tips.
It finishes the day off with a
dear.
Finishes the day off with what?
He doesn't have to move a piano at one point, does he?
He finishes the day off with a little brandy?
Yeah.
He pours himself Is he wearing a smoking jacket?
I'll tell you what, Karl, you're a maniac, mate.
No, this is why it attracted me. It's amazing, right? So he's having his brandy and that, loving his life. Next thing you know, he sort of, I don't know if he loses it or he gets shaved, but the top half of his body is hairless. Right? Apart from his head. Right, so he's got a nice...
So it's the opposite of the kid.
Well,
yeah,
this is what I'm saying.
that would happen.
Right.
Well, hang on, but so you don't know if
you
he was shaved or if it
How
died?
did it say, then the hairless... What?
I'll bring it in for you, the story, and then you
All
can
right,
see if I've gone wrong.
Keep going.
So anyway, so this is going on, and he's having a great life. Then the zookeeper starts getting a bit annoyed because he's having a better life than the zookeeper. The zookeeper's in the zoo.
This is such
So the
rubbish.
zookeeper's still got to do a day's work. The monkey's at home, he's partying.
Well,
he's
it gets
got
to
his
a
other
point when he
chipmates
says there's no point you coming in to the zoo because the whole reason of you being there was because you're being kept there.
Right.
And he didn't want to bring the memories back, so he said, you stay at home. So
you're talking such...
Just let him finish.
God, I don't know if I can sit here and listen to this drivel.
I'm fascinated.
It's nearly over anyway, right?
It sounds extraordinary, Carl.
So, he's walking upright, he's having a tea in the morning, finishing the day off with brandy. Gets a bit out of hand, only tries it on with the zookeeper's wife.
Make him go away, Steve.
How does he do that?
Well, because he's around humans a lot, he becomes a bit of a charmer. And,
But what is it that he could do to seduce her? Pick fleas out of her?
he didn't say.
He was built.
Yeah, it's well done.
So what about that?
What do you mean, what about it, Karl? It's obviously not true. It's obviously not true.
This wasn't on the internet, this was in a book. So, it's not a quick joke and just, put it on a website. This is in a book.
I don't understand how
I love that he becomes a charmer. He's got better taste in brandy.
Exactly.
And
What was it that he was doing that seduced her?
I don't know, maybe because he was at home more than the zookeeper was.
But what would he be doing,
I
Karl?
love the fact that...
He's not going to be talking with her, they're not going to be playing, like, Trivia Pursuit.
Maybe she liked the silent type. It didn't go into that. It just said that's when the trouble started.
Carl, play a record.
Right.
Is that what Suzanne did when she brought you in?
Talking to the songbirds yesterday.
We've got chimpanzee that. Carl finds an amusing monkey or ape related story. Right, come on, monkey news.
It's not called monkey news.
Chimpanzee, we're not going to pack all the monkey stuff in. We've got quarter of an hour. What other show can say that? We're not going to pack in all the monkey news.
We've got 15 minutes, but we can't get all the monkey information in.
Right, come on.
Well, you're gonna love this one.
Go on.
Let's have the jingle.
Oh, chimpanzee that!
Right. I don't know how recent this was,
Oh, God. 17th century?
but it happened in Hackney, right? If you're outside London, that's in a place in London. And it's this monkey that's going about Hackney, nicking DVDs.
Even the monkey didn't go for videos. Even the monkey knew. Well, there's no point in getting on VHS.
The gradual on VHS.
You're having threw it back.
Right, and there's a girl called Lisa who works in our office here, right, and I mentioned it to her because she lives in Hackney. I said, you familiar with this? And she said, oh, I remember something about it, which annoyed me. The fact that a monkey's running riot, but she didn't know the full story, and she lives there.
What do you mean a monkey? Do you mean a chimpanzee? Or a monkey?
I don't know, is there a zoo in Hackney? Is there a zoo there? I don't know what sort it was. But it was like...
Is there a zoo in Hackney?
I don't know. That's what I was asking.
So, right, get on with the story.
So anyway, yeah, it's been robbing stuff, and the other bit that really puzzled me, right, is the fact that...
And you're not easily puzzled by monkey news?
They took fingerprints. What do you think about that?
Well, they took fingerprints, presumably because they didn't know it was a monkey to start with.
No, they did. They saw it, nicking stuff, and they said, get fingerprints. So that means there's more than just one doing it.
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
He had to fax them to Interpol.
Yeah. We know that is, yeah. It's Brian the monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, I don't understand. He was stealing DVDs, specifically DVDs.
DVDs, I think it said watches and stuff.
What, breaking into homes?
Yeah, in Hackney. Maybe.
Are you sure it wasn't a kid with a mask on?
No, seriously.
How was he breaking into homes?
They go
Up the drain pipe. They're good, aren't they? They're good, aren't they?
But how would they do
So
that?
is that the news?
Well, that's how much do you want
Is that monkey news?
for this week?
Well, I don't know that it's true. Again, I've got nothing to...
There was other stuff. There was another story that I found about a monkey, but I would like to know from someone if in Hackney if... Do you know what I mean? And I missed that one on Crime Watch, which would have been good. Right? But there was another story about one that kept getting on buses, not paying its fare,
Not paying its fare.
and just sat in a corner reading the paper.
Reading the paper, Carl. You're an idiot.
But that wasn't in London.
You're an idiot.
That was in America.
It wouldn't read the paper. Why would it read the paper?
Because it was its way of sort of going, oh, well, if I'm reading something, maybe the inspector...
The inspector will notice my hairy hands.
Oh, Carl, you're such a fool!
Well...
Pilkington. Carl
Carl, we've
Pilkington.
just had a news flash that an infinite number of monkeys in Hackney are nicking an infinite number of typewriters.
Yeah.
We don't know what for. At this stage, we've got no more information.
And they've taken back an infinite amount of graduate on video. This is rubbish. Supergrass, seen the light. I just think of people, sort of, other Saturday, going, you coming shopping? I go, I can't, I'm listening to XFM, there might be some monkey news. And they waited 2 hours for that. What sort of a show has a feature called Monkey News?
Well, I have to say, the monkey story has been corroborated. Someone has
Which
emailed-
one?
Well, this one, it says, police in Britain this week are on the lookout for a very different kind of burglar, a chimpanzee who has been sighted breaking into a house in Hackney, stealing a mobile phone and leaving. The chimp is also the prime suspect in a break and entry in a nearby house where part of a radio was taken. One policeman stated that it might have been trained to steal, but a monkey's not going to think, that's a mobile phone, I'll just have that.
Look at Carl's face.
Yeah. Fact. That's fact.
We have got Monkey News. we've got cheap as chimps. That's not the same thing. How many
A lot of
radio
people
stations
do.
have got two ape-related simian features?
Rick, can I point out now, a lot of people are making that mistake. A lot of people are thinking that monkey news is exactly the same as cheap as chimps. It is not. Let's keep that clear.
It's not. It's in the same ballpark, but it's not the same.
There are apes, they're involved.
They're involved. Yeah. 20th century boy. Come on, Mark. Some people want a 21st century boy these days. Mark Bowden there. A little bit out of date on XFM 104.9. Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. Right, it's that time again, isn't it? Monkey news.
Yeah, monkey news.
Oh, monkey news.
Right, if you're a new listener, this is where we do a bit of monkey news.
Oh, imagine him giving his chance on a news programme, like News Night Review or News at 10. Over to Karl Pilkington. Yeah, alright. Monkey's gone mad again. Go on.
Right, we've done quite a lot of good stuff. The one that sort of kicked up most of the fuss was probably Ollie the monkey.
I love the fact that they're all monkeys. He's a chimpanzee.
Well, right.
It's an ape.
Well, today, right, we're looking at one that's it's called Coco.
Oh yeah, the sign language one.
Well, what I've read about him is he speaks, right?
Oh, God.
Highly educated.
Yeah.
Photographer.
Carl!
Right.
I love the fact that when he gets a gifted ape, he has to look up to him. He realises that he is superior. I love that.
Right.
Oh.
And he also likes going on computer chat rooms.
I can't take this anymore, Steve. I'm going to be sick.
Right.
Oh, God.
Which, right, that's pretty amazing.
You know, if an infinite number of monkeys are in an infinite number of chat rooms, they'll eventually type, which is your favourite episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Exactly, yeah. Karl Pilkington, you're an idiot.
But the thing is, right, you're saying about the infinite thing again, about monkeys, if you put them in a room with a typewriter, they'll come up with Shakespeare.
Yeah.
I'd sort of agree with that, right, with monkeys who can't do other stuff, but this one I reckon's going to be busy taking pictures and stuff.
Yeah.
I think monkeys that are boring...
Is there a boring monkey? Would you ever have a chimp and you'd go, Suzanne would go, I've got your birthday present, and you know, it's a chimp fella, he's about a sort of like a middle-aged chimp.
No, I'd love it. I'm talking
Would
on
you ever
behalf of
go, I'll tell you what, Suzanne, that one's boring.
No, but I bet the monkey would get bored, I mean. Do you know what I mean? The monkey would be bored. I'd be loving it. I'd love to have a little monkey, right? But what I'm saying is...
You really would, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd buy him a camera, he'd be happy again, wouldn't he?
Well... Yeah, but that's just it. You wouldn't get him it's like... If you can do other stuff, you don't want to do the boring stuff.
Forget the typing, forget the monkeys typing. Talk about this monkey that's a photographer.
No,
what
but we are in a way. I'm just saying that would be happier... Monkeys that have got nothing else to do, if they can't take pictures and that, and they can't go on chat rooms...
They're happy to sit in a room typing away for infinity, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But he's got maybe a little exhibition to put on.
Do you think...
Do you know that most chimps and apes and monkeys still actually just live in trees? These are in laboratories and zoos and things. You know that's not the norm. These monkeys walking around sort of chatting and riding bikes.
Yeah.
You know, that's not natural.
Exactly.
No, I know, but it's...
If you left a bike in the jungle and then came back a few years later, there wouldn't be monkeys riding around on it. And a book. If you left a bike with a book in the basket, right, and you went away for 10 years and you came back, there wouldn't be a whole new transport system and schools.
No.
They'd eat it. They'd throw it round and eat it.
Alright then, so what you're saying is you can't... See, what I think is, right, and don't take this the wrong way in that, right, Stephen Hawking,
Yes.
right, now he had a bad illness. Now, I wonder if he'd be... I wonder if he'd be as bright as he is if he didn't have that.
Right.
Because he's had time to sit down, he's like, well, what can I do?
Yeah.
They've gone and give him a book. And he read it. I like that. Give us another one.
Yes.
He's got a lot of time on his hands.
Yes.
Now, what I'm saying is, monkeys... Yeah,
Right.
This one here, Coco, which I think was a gorilla,
Right.
right? that wouldn't have been happy on a little keyboard, just doing that all day, because it'd be going, well, I could be out taking pictures.
Sure.
Play a record!
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Play a record!
Yeah.
Done.
You're an idiot!
There it was. There's the catchphrase. Once more.
He is! He's an idiot!
Sure. Hang on, I'd love to have some monkey news there.
Go on then. Got any monkey news?
Yeah, got some monkey news.
Come on then.
No, Rick, come on, cheer up.
Well, it's a sort of like... He moans that he's got too much time on his hands, and he comes up with that
Okay.
shite.
Monkey news, the jingle, please.
Ooh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
There's been quite a lot of stuff going on. There was a few bits in that Guinness Book of Records book that cost me 20 quid.
Yeah, well, that's not news, is it? They printed that probably last September.
No,
so that's
there's one in there.
new music. New monkey news from last September. You're a lord.
Come on.
Waster.
Please, Ricky, monkey news.
Right, there was this monkey in a zoo in Brazil.
Right.
Right. And there's a little man monkey, a little woman monkey. And
You're a scientist, aren't you? Go on.
and they said the people in charge were like, oh, wouldn't it be good if they had kids,
Brilliant.
right? So anyway, the chimps used to stand sort of, you know, they'd have their little caves each, and they used to sort of lean on the fence having a bit of a chat and stuff with each other. Right? Well, you know,
Just gossiping, yeah, gossiping.
the equivalent sort of thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, they were getting on a storm, and like the zookeepers were like,
Can you hear that cheapest chimps this week? I thought it was fascinating. Yeah, just gossiping, I understand.
so,
What's any monkey news? I don't know, let's tune in.
What was the monkey news this week?
Go on. It was from last September.
so they were you know, stood there having a chat, and the zookeepers were like, I wonder if they're ever gonna, you know, have kids and that.
Yeah.
Anyway, it went on for ages, you know, this just chatting, no sort of action.
Blimey.
So what the zookeepers did was, they said, I know, they'll have kids.
Are we letting that go? They were just chatting. Are we just letting that go?
We're letting it
You know
go.
what I mean? I mean, just doing whatever monkeys do.
Okay.
Right? So, so the zookeepers were like, yeah, I wonder when they're gonna, you know, have some kids.
Yeah.
Anyway, what they decided to do, to sort of do to egg them on,
Yeah.
bought one of them a suit, one a wedding dress.
Right.
Keep going.
No, I'm not having
Shut up, Gervais. Fade him down if he's going to interrupt. I want to
They
hear the rest of this.
they got married.
So they got married?
Yeah, they got married.
Right.
What? That's the end of it!
That's
This is why I don't... Right, that's the end of monkey news. That's the end of monkey news. Don't do that again. You've got no features left.
why don't you like that?
Well, it's not a story! It's about two chimps chatting, which doesn't happen. The zookeeper's going, I wonder if they're going to ever have kids. Egg them on. They got married. That's the end of the story. What are you talking about?
Hang on, just calm down. Let me just check that you didn't make a mistake there and didn't lose out.
What do you
He
mean
may-
you didn't make a mistake?
Shh, wait a minute, he may have just left out a fundamental piece of information.
What,
that
the
would-
story?
That would have made it into a story.
Right.
Let me just check the facts. So they bought them wedding outfits. They were married. Did they propose to each other, or were they just forcibly
Don't
married?
encourage
Just
him.
forced onto
And
it.
then what was the outcome? Once they got married, what happened? They fell in love?
Yeah.
What?
Whoa.
It's not a marriage, Carl.
Be quiet.
It's not a real marriage. I don't know what you've got in your head. It's like the head of Homer Simpson. I'd go in there and there'd be a wedding reception and there'd be a couple of fights and they'd be talking about stuff.
They got married. They fell in love. Did they have children?
They're not back off the honeymoon yet.
Play a record. You've got no features left. Boo hoo hoo, it won't do. Listen to the Gallagher Boys and stop crying your heart out on XFM 104.9. No need to. It's monkey news.
So is it time?
Time for monkey news. Can we have the jingle?
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
I love the jingle.
Right, well,
Can we play that jingle once more?
Yeah.
let me cue it up.
So, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Got a lot to live up to now.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you, often that jingle is more fun than the monkey news.
Yeah.
So you've got to excel yourself this week.
Well, it's there's been a lot going on.
In the monkey world.
Yeah, I was looking at the Guinness Book of Records that we bought last week.
What you bought?
What that I bought.
Is it still wet?
I was cleaning the tea off it. I was having a little read through, and there was some monkey stuff in there. There was this isn't the actual story. I'm just telling you
Yeah.
what,
Just
what it's
extra.
like. What it's like looking up monkey news all week.
It's like behind the scenes. It's like the making of Monkey News, which is actually available on DVD.
Exactly.
It's, 12 minutes unseen footage, just the making of Monkey News. Which is my favourite bit, in a way. If you enjoy Monkey News, see how it happens, see, from conception to...
It's all put together,
yeah, go on. Yeah. What's a typical Monkey News day?
Well, there was some stuff about a monkey in the Guinness Book of Records. I think it had the record for asking for a cup of coffee in 23 different ways.
I don't know what to say. Oh.
That's good. Just to show the Monkey News is getting bigger and people are covering it. Donald McIntyre, he was on BBC.
Yeah.
On Monday.
He was on Channel 5, wasn't he?
No, he hasn't moved over yet. This is something that he did for the BBC.
Right.
So that was pretty good. That was about well, it wasn't good. It was pretty sad, really.
What?
He was doing this thing. Do you know, like last week we were doing Cheap as Chimps,
Yeah.
and someone emailed in saying, Donald McIntyre's doing Cheap as Chimps,
Really?
and it was about.
I bet he wasn't. I bet Donald McIntyre did not do a programme called Cheap as
They didn't use that
Chimps.
title.
No.
But you could tell where they'd got the format from.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And it was about gorillas and how much you can get one for. But the problem was, because they're that pricey, they were sort of... I mean, I don't even want... It is depressing,
If it's cool, then don't... Yeah, forget it.
Yeah, it was a bit...
Okay.
You know what
I mean, could I just say, in the making of Monkey News and Cheap as Chimps, not anyone no one's harmed.
No monkey's
No,
harmed.
no. Go on.
All right. Well, anyway, today's story was emailed in.
So you didn't even do anything towards it. So when you say I've been working on Monkey News, what, you printed that out?
So is the making of Monkey News you checking your email?
Well,
Brilliant.
no, I'm always looking at different options, at, how much is going on.
This is what makes me laugh when he says he's really busy.
Yeah.
I'm doing other stuff and that. I'm doing other stuff.
People are sending in Monkey News.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get an email.
Is it
check
from
it out.
Reuters?
Well, listen, it's from Steve.
Okay.
Right? Now, what it is this monkey, right?
Yeah.
Don't know where it was. But there's a bit before the monkey anyway, right?
Jeez.
No, listen.
Shoot me.
Right? It's a bank. There's this bank, right? Busy bank. Normal day, everything's going normal, right? Busy bank, people going in, doing what they do, seeing about mortgages and stuff.
Yeah.
Everything's normal, everyone's happy, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, it's quite busy one day. Fella comes in with a gun and a balaclava on.
Up to no good.
Right, I'll tell you now, Carl. If this fella turns out to be any ape or monkey-related species, you're never doing this again. I'd never... so just, if you want to finish it, it's at your own risk. But if this fella who robbed the bank turns out to be a chimpanzee, that's the end of Monkey News.
All right.
Okay, let's hear the end. It's a lovely day in a lovely bank. Everyone's happy.
Everything's normal.
A man comes in the balaclava.
Man comes in,
Is it a man?
starts waving a gun around.
Shut up, Rick. Let him finish the story.
Starts waving a gun around,
Yeah.
right?
Up to no good.
So everyone's thinking, oh, God, wish I didn't come in here, it's not going to be a good day. all
How
the
tall
rest
is
of
the
it.
man?
Shut up. Let's hear it.
Everything, oh, God, and he's telling everyone to get down on the floor.
Yep.
In
Everyone's
what, in
thinking,
English? In English?
Yeah.
In
Think
English.
so.
Yeah.
So everyone's panicking, everyone's getting on the floor thinking, this is it, it's all over.
Yeah.
Just when you think,
It couldn't
it's all
get
bad
any worse.
news,
Yeah.
it's all bad news, doors swing open, little monkey wanders in,
God, it's worse.
Shut up, Rick.
little monkey wanders in, right? The robber's like, what's going on here? He's telling it to get down on the floor, I don't think it was taking any notice.
No,
right?
it was just busy asking for coffee.
It runs in, I don't know if it was going to withdraw or deposit or whatever, it wanders in, right? Goes up to the robber.
Where did it come from?
Shut up. Will you let him finish the story and then ask questions? That's only fair.
Okay.
Wanders in, runs up to the fellow with the gun, takes the gun and the bag of money off him. Everyone's like, yay, we've been saved. Then the monkey starts backing out with the gun and the money.
Shut up.
see you later.
Sit down and
I'm not having this.
And
Here's the end of the story.
It does a runner with the money and the gun. No one's seen it since.
You are an idiot. I mean, you have said some stupid things in your time. What are you talking about?
Story that happened.
No! What are you talking about? What do you mean it backed out? It came in, was it an accomplice? Was it an opportunist monkey robbery? What are you talking? Think, Carl! Think!
I know it's mad. That's the idea of Monkey News. We're telling people how monkeys are pretty, they're mental.
They're up to no good.
What do you think? They've never seen the monkey since. What, did he have a getaway car waiting? Did he swing his way to freedom? Where was this? There's no details. Don't talk rubbish.
Well, Steve emailed it in. He's got it off the net, and the funny thing is,
Can I
the
see
funny
it? Have
thing
you got
is,
the information there?
yeah, the funny thing is, it wasn't just him who sent it. I had that a couple of times, so a few people obviously read the story and said, you know, that'll be good for Monkey News. It doesn't say anymore. It doesn't say if he went off to Spain. It doesn't say, you know, if he's on Crime Watch.
Yeah.
It doesn't say any of that. It's just saying that's what he did. That's the story. And that's what Monkey News is about.
I've heard that they're making a movie version with Phil Collins. So I look forward to that and Judy Waters.
So that's this week's Monkey News. If you've got any, you know,
Well,
if anything's
no,
happening
don't bother.
in your
'Cause
town.
that's the end. No, that is the end. That's the end of Monkey News. No more Monkey News. This is, bit of Queen?
It says it here in this email, Rick. It's got to be true.
Right. 7 to 1.
Yeah.
But you are easily wound up. You are a very finicky little fussy person. You don't like the slightest bit of pressure. See, I thrive on pressure. I'm ba 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 ba, working here, working there,
That's the way
bada
I
bang.
work as well. That's always doing stuff. Monkey News. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Monkey News. I got an email.
Songs
I won't
of
read
phrase.
it to on air. It's rubbish. But
Yeah,
that's one
not-
feature.
not
That's
as
my
easy
bit
as
done.
that.
That's
It's
all
not
I
as
have to
easy as that.
do.
Well, I'll tell you what. When I'm away next week, do Monkey News and see what you can find out. Right?
Oh, there's a challenge.
Oh,
See what you can do. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've already told them about the Guinness Book of Records one, so you can't use that.
Right.
We're going to find the best Monkey News ever, Carl. Let's hear the jingle.
Oh, chimpanzee that Monkey News.
Right. Now, before
and again.
Go on.
Oh, chimpanzee that Monkey News.
Brilliant.
Right.
Right. Before I went away, I told you about Alfred. He was the monkey where there was a robbery going on in a bank.
And then he nicked the robber's loot and backed out with a gun.
Yeah,
He sort of stole. He robbed the robber, didn't he?
Yeah.
Did he take his gun as well?
He took the weapons. He took all the weapons. There was like a couple of robbers. He managed because they were so amazed that a monkey was coming in. It was like
Don't talk shite twice.
Right.
Anyway.
So anyway, got a follow up to that.
Okay. Now, what was that monkey's name?
Alfred.
That was Alfred.
So anyway, because a lot of people wanted to know, well, you know, what did he do? Did he go off and have a holiday? Did he? No. Right, so the follow up is, what happened is the monkey had the guns, had the cash, which was $250,000.
Sure.
Right. It went back to the zoo. Right.
Right, Carl, you're talking shit.
Ricky, I get angry with you when you won't let him finish his Monkey News.
Right.
Can't we just get out the official
Imagine
thing?
if people were interrupting Trevor McDonald. It wouldn't happen.
I want to make sure I don't get anything wrong.
No, of course not.
No, so
yeah.
check the internet.
So, the monkey goes back to the zoo, right, where all the zookeepers come out and go, get him, he's got the guns.
Yeah.
He hands out a couple of guns to his mates.
What? His monkey mates?
His monkey mates, so they've all got a couple of guns each.
Oh, Carl, Steve, I can't, mate. I cannot
Just
stand
let
it.
me-
Honestly, I want to scream.
Please, I really get annoyed with you.
They tried to do him a deal. They said, how about if...
I'm going. Tell him that. I'm
Right.
not going. No, I can't.
Step out for a moment.
Okay, we'll just do it.
Look, don't listen, step out and I'll paraphrase what I hear for you when you come back in. Step out. Now, please, I need to hear the end of this.
listen out,
This
yeah.
is Monkey News. This is important stuff.
Right.
Right, Ricky now has left the room. He cannot bear to hear, which is surprising to me.
Right, so anyway, so yeah, they've got the money, and they say to the zookeepers, how about, we give you some cash?
Yes.
And they go,
Sorry, hang on. Sorry, the zookeeper said that to the monkeys.
yeah.
Right.
No, the monkeys who have got the £250,000
Right.
say to the zookeepers, we'll sort you some money out if you let us go.
Sorry,
Right.
the monkeys say to the zookeepers, we'll give you some money.
Yeah.
You don't see any problem with that?
Right, listen.
Okay.
It's nearly finished.
Right, I'm listening out there. This is ridiculous.
Go.
What do you mean the monkeys say? What do you mean the monkeys say to the zookeeper?
They were probably holding the money out, like, kind of going, look, you know, we'll do your deal.
Right, okay, come on.
And what happened is, I think they were happy with that. I think they left, and that was that. They wanted to get out of the zoo because they didn't like it in there. There's the thing.
Right, I don't.
Just have a look.
Right, Karl, think. Right, how did they get out in the first place, this one?
Just let Steve have a...
So why did he go, so he went and robbed, he thought, what, he knew there was gonna be a robbery that day, did he?
He might have been getting some money before they went to escape, and then that happened and they had more money. They might have been withdrawing some stuff out.
What do you mean? No.
If he was planning on leaving the zoo, he's gonna get his savings.
What are you talking about?
What have you read there, Steve?
I've got a feeling this is a review of one of the Planet of the Apes films. I think it's Escape from the Planet of the Apes. I'm not certain. It could be Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Right, what, I mean, Karl, think, please think, right? So this monkey, right, he leaves the zoo, right? So he leaves the zoo, which he can do, presumably what, they leave him the keys or what? They're chatting to him, they might as well. He goes to a bank, what's he thinking of doing? Sees a robbery, probably by chance. He probably wasn't tip-top. Have you got monkey news for this week?
Don't know if I want to do it this week. So, just 'cause breakfast do it and that, and just leave it maybe this week. See what happens. See if we need it. We'll see.
Sometimes I don't know. Play a record a minute, Karl. I'll talk to you off air. Play a record.
Well, what?
What's the email address again?
ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Okay.
Right? That's where the email the answer's in.
So we've got to remind you whose show it is. Play a record.
Right.
Radiohead, they're there. Like everything they ever do, that's grown on me more and more. It's brilliant. XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. Well, you know what it's time for, don't you? Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
It always gets me, that jingle. It's a joy.
Yeah.
Once more, please.
Well, Karl, do you reckon you could sort out, do other people have real jingles with their name on it and don't have to say who's in the room, what's happening, and do their own jingles?
Well, Christian's got one for it. For Monkey News, that he does.
Why is Christian doing Monkey News? I don't understand this.
Because he did it ages ago.
So you ripped it off of Christian?
I haven't ripped it off. I said to him, I said, there's enough Monkey News to go around. Right?
But hold on, though, I don't want cast-offs. I thought this was your idea.
Well, let's not do it. But what's
No, but
new? Come on,
wait.
what's new?
What?
There's Monkey News out there. I mean, if he wants to have a meeting in the week and say, well, this is the news I've got, the way I see it is, he can do it in the week. He's doing, like, the news at 10 type Monkey News. We're on a Saturday. We're like the, Jeremy Paxman Monkey News night. We look at stuff more in depth.
Well, you very much get behind the Monkey News, it's true. Yeah. You sort of interpret it. You give it your own spin.
You're the man behind the monkey behind the news. I mean, I know that.
Yeah.
So ours isn't called Monkey News anyway. It's sort of generic term like the news, but ours is called Chimpanzee that, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's seen a bit of Monkey News in it. So are we doing it or not?
Well, I've got no reason to stop doing Monkey News.
He probably played Radiohead as well.
Well,
should we not do that?
I said that David Attenborough did Monkey News before all of us. Do you know what I mean?
But I personally don't listen to Christian because I don't get up that early. So, I'm missing out on a lot of Monkey News.
I'm not saying I don't listen to it because I don't get up that early.
I'm not saying it's a bad show. My point is this. There's a lot of people I imagine who don't listen to Monkey News in the week. Perhaps they miss it or they're busy. It's nice to have a little kind of omnibus Monkey News at the weekend with Karl Pilkington. So that's what this is.
So we're doing it then.
Let's play the jingle.
Oh, Chimpanzee that Monkey News night.
Excellent. Good. So, we'll sort of get some monkey experts on maybe next week to dissect it.
Right. You ready?
Yeah.
Right. There's this monkey. Right?
Oh, yeah.
It's called Jack. Yeah. Right. I got pally with this bloke who worked in a railway station.
How? Pen pals?
I don't know, I didn't say all that. I'm just telling you. I'm shortening it.
Chat rooms on the internet.
I'm shortening it. So, anyway, he's helping him out all the time. It's this fella's job, right, to, sort of make sure it's safe for the trains to come in, that sort of thing, right? But he's always working on his own, so he's got his mate Jack in with him, right, this little monkey. Yeah. And, you know, they're having a good time, they share lunch together and stuff like that. Anyway, it gets to a point when the fella whose job it is, right, starts getting old, and Jack, the monkey, starts getting more involved.
Presumably this is a chimpanzee as opposed to a monkey, you mean? When you say monkey, it's generic term, you mean chimp usually, don't you?
Yeah.
Go on then.
So, you know, he's clocking the fella doing his job, and he's thinking, I can do this, right, the monkey.
I love it.
Yeah. He's helping out, he's, pulling down the levers and stuff, so the trains sort of come in on the right lines.
Sure, yeah.
He's clocking it, he sticks his head out of the little window, see the trains coming and that.
I hope British Rail are listening.
Yeah.
Right? In the end...
Oh, yeah.
The fella whose job it is, he lost a leg for some reason, couldn't work anymore.
Lovely.
Gave Jack the job.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
The railway company happy with that. I'm sure they interviewed a number of people, but he was the best monkey for the job.
And that's good, isn't it?
Well, it's not true.
Right, once again.
Well, it's not true. Don't hand Steve a piece of paper that someone put on the internet who is probably a bigger mentalist than you. That's not proof. It's not true. At no point did a railway company give a chimpanzee the job of signalman.
It was ages ago.
What?
Steve, when was it? It was
before trains, probably.
Well, it's in the 1880s.
Yeah.
According to this piece of paper, which is what you've based your monkey news on. Now, of course, I think ITN and a lot of the news channels, they tend to get lots of independent confirmation of their news before they give it out as fact. But you've got an email from someone, so let's assume that's real. It says, for this, Jack was officially put on the railway payroll, earning 2 cents per day and have half a bottle of beer on Saturday. That's what we pay you, isn't it, Carl?
He doesn't even get the beer. Oh, dear, he's not allowed to drink, are you?
Someone emailed in, actually, and said, Carl, some years ago, did you die? And they took your face and transplanted it onto that of a chimpanzee. It would make a lot of sense.
I've never seen you. He always has, t-shirts right done up and long sleeve. I bet he's hairy under there.
Yeah.
I bet you are hairy, because you have to shave right up to your eyes. You're one of them, aren't you? And I can see the growth, and it comes out the top there. Are you really hairy underneath?
Pretty hairy.
Are you really?
Well, what's up with that?
You're a chimpanzee, aren't you? That's why you're fascinated with them, and why your IQ is sort of about 80. I think you might be. You might. I don't mean there was any. I think it was a genetic sort of throwback.
Well, you're pretty hairy. Look at your arms.
What? Just look, give me that banana and shut up. Play a record. That's mine. Who is it?
It's Vines.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
We don't go brilliant, do you? If you're going to talk, you do say something useful.
There you go. Vines, they're homesick.
Brilliant. No, come on, we should do monkey news now, because I know you want to save it, but I think you should put your best stuff first. You never know what will happen, you know what I mean? Always put your best stuff out there.
Well, let me just get it out of the,
Okay, well, while it's getting it, could we have a jingle for monkey news?
Yeah.
Oh!
Chimpanzee that monkey news!
Tell you what, right, about putting your best stuff first.
Yeah.
Right. Do you know what we were saying the other week about in Chinatown?
Not really a town.
Well, it's not a town, right? And like the restaurants, they have like
those old dead ducks and chickens just hanging in the window, yeah.
An octopus and all that just hanging there.
Yeah.
And that doesn't like make you want to go in, does it?
No, sure.
This morning, walking through Soho on the way in, walked past this sort of strip joint place. This woman said, "Do you want to come in, sir?" Right, turn round, she must have been about 80.
So, you're equating her to a hangy bit of octopus.
Well,
you said, are you performing?
And a chicken.
I'm just saying, again, put your best stuff at the front door.
Yeah, good thinking.
Right, anyway, bit of monkey news that's been sent in.
Right.
Gareth, in Catford.
Right.
Good work, Gareth.
Basically, it's about this monkey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In the jungle.
Yeah.
It's got a gig at an hairdresser's.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
It's got itself a nice little job going in an hairdresser's.
As what?
It gets people sitting down, and what it does before the people have their hair cut, that it sort of sits there, and it goes through people's hair, makes sure it's clean, and people are loving it.
Right,
People-
backtrack
So
slightly.
it's a pet monkey. It's nothing to do with it getting a gig in an hairdresser's. It's a pet monkey.
It's not working at Monkey and Guy.
Yeah.
No, seriously, it's in there. I think it might have started off as a job, and then...
So what does it
put
say?
on-
It says junior £15, stylist £35, monkey £63.
Sorry, I
Cut and
didn't
blow
quite
dry.
follow. It's in the jungle.
It was wandering about.
Right.
And maybe it did
But
start
it
off...
looks good, its hair looks good. Someone thought, hang
Yeah,
on.
but never ever. You see, people make that mistake with hairdressers anyway. I always say, well, if the hairdresser's got a good haircut, go to where he's going,
Right.
right? Because that's what I thought when I read it about having a good haircut.
How often
right?
do you go to the hairdressers?
Well, not that much anymore,
Sure.
but I used to always think that.
Yeah.
You used to go to a bloke who told me had his shack on a railway bridge that used to shake when a train went over.
Yeah.
Because it was £2.
Yeah, but before that, I've never had that much luck with hairdressers. Before that was another place, and it was run by sort of, you know, these sort of wannabe gangster type people.
Oh, yeah.
But they'd, you know, you'd go in
What
for
do you mean by
haircut.
wannabe gangsters?
Well, sort of just petty crime stuff. You'd go in for a haircut and then you'd walk out with a video recorder. Do you know what I mean?
You
You'd
don't
say-
have to take it.
No, but they'd sort of spend ages flogging you that whilst cutting your hair. It was their thing. It's like, right, sit down, you alright?
Yeah.
Oh, you
Something
know.
for the weekend? What are you thinking of? Maybe a Sony. Yeah.
So that's when I stopped going there, because it was like, just want a haircut. I don't want to be hassled. by
Which
some-
one said that you had the hair of a Chinaman?
It's the fella who works in a railway station haircut.
Well, he should
saloon.
know. I mean, he's been around a bit, clearly, if he runs a shack next to a railway station.
So,
Can we just go back to Monkey News for
yeah,
a second?
so anyway, that's all, yeah.
I didn't quite follow why he's still his salon is in the jungle, or where is it?
No, he was doing what he does in the jungle, right?
Right.
He's walking about. He wanders into the hairdressers.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't have him on like as a job straight away. He was just there.
He was
People
training,
said, "This is
yeah.
nice." He's sat there picking the knits and what have you.
Carl, I don't know where to start.
Then-
it's just it's the embellishment. You don't walk in. He walked from a jungle to an hairdresser's. I mean, you're an idiot. You really are. An idiot. I'd love to see you try and get a job in an hairdresser if there was another monkey up for it. You'd never get a job.
So he was good at that. People said this is relaxing. Apparently, he had really nice hands, soothing,
Yes.
right on people's heads. They said, "Let's put him on the payroll." So
Let's put him on the payroll. What do you mean?
yeah, I'll give you that.
Okay, this is the news item, is it? Customers are queuing up to have their hair done at a salon in the jungle
There you go.
by a monkey. Judy, a pig-tailed macaque, has a reputation as the best exterminator of head lice in Comcane.
There you go.
She is so good, some customers fall asleep under her gentle touch. Regular Amporon Chekema said, Judy's hands are so soft and gentle, I really feel I can relax.
But you know that is doing what it does naturally. It's looking for like salt and stuff in the hair
Yeah.
and nits. It's not on the payroll. It doesn't complain about when it gets deducted at national insurance.
It's not part of the union.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? but a good monkey news, you know,
Yeah.
backed up with good tabloid journalism.
With solid
Yeah.
evidence there.
So
Now, I think maybe we should start marking the monkey news, Rick. I don't know what you think, giving it marks out of 10, maybe. For both interest and validity.
well, for interest, I'll give it 7. For Carl believing that there was something to this monkey, thinking it had a job and getting paid.
That it was also doing kind of perms
2.
and colouring.
2.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Again, ridiculous.
More monkey news next week. Hopefully, let's just hear that jingle again.
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
That's from the REM album that people tend to forget about now because it was so kind of poppy and such a massive hit out of time, but there are some good tunes on it. And there's one of them, Near Wild Heaven.
Excellent, on XFM 104.9. Carl,
Go on.
watching a programme yesterday, and it was about these Japanese snow monkeys. And it was all about how animals learn things that aren't instinctive, particularly sort of primates, because they see other people doing it, and they start a culture. And they can pinpoint when one monkey first went down and got in the hot water springs and stayed there because it was hot, and the others copied them, and now it's part of almost a culture you know, that won't be handed on because it's not instinctive, but has to be learnt each time. And you know, and they groom as normal like other monkeys, right? But they're really intelligent, and obviously the reason they groom other people, other monkeys, is because they eat the mites. But also the monkeys have learnt they like being groomed. Okay, so they showed this one monkey. It went to a deer. Okay, and it was grooming this deer to get its mite off it, right? But then it didn't eat it. It held it in its hand. It went over to a monkey, put the mite on itself to show the monkey it had a mite, and got a free grooming.
That's extraordinary.
That's extraordinary.
That is
because it
extraordinary.
gave up the food, knowing that if you put one there, this monkey would look for mites on it, and it would get a free grooming, and it was like having a little massage. What do you think of that?
It's not bad. I've got some better stuff coming up later.
On Monkey News, on the official.
Yeah,
Monkey
do you
News.
see that? Just see what mine though. Mine's true.
I mean, that's an interesting and
It
extraordinary.
actually happened. It's
discovery.
social behaviour amongst primates. So I saw it. I saw it. It was, you know.
Did it rob a bank, Rick, at any time?
It didn't rob a bank, and it didn't open a hairdresser's.
See, that's what you're letting. That's where you're letting yourself
It's
down.
not. It's not quite good enough, is it? My monkey news.
No, I've got some.
See the difference where I named the species, explained it slightly, told you an interesting fact, as opposed to there's this monkey, right? And
Look at him looking
it's
at
wo-
you.
Yeah,
He's not interested, Rick. Can I tell you now? Can I try and describe for people the face that Karl has? I'll tell you what it's like. It's like if you draw some eyes, a nose, and a mouth on a balloon, and then inflate it to about half full. That's what Karl's face looks like. That's what his head looks like. It looks like a face you've drawn on a balloon. Very small, the rest of the head huge.
It's just that today I'm a bit tired, right? That's one thing.
Why are you a bit tired?
I just haven't been sleeping, right?
Why not?
I don't know. I've got a lot going on in my head.
Oh, if this would be like The Simpsons, if we could actually look in there, there would be two monkeys grooming now.
That's extraordinary. The winner, Gina. I think Gina Fairy. Well done, Gina. And the reason I gave it to Gina is because she's included, and this is a wonderful segue, some monkey fact information of her own. She says, apparently, that the group Chumbawamba got their name from one of those monkeys in a room with a typewriter experiments. Someone did it as a joke, and Chumbawamba was a word that was typed out, and that's where the group got their name.
And their
apparently.
lyrics.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which is good.
So let's have official monkey news. Play the jingle.
Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right, we've got to be quick.
Go on,
But this is something that was sent in to me ages ago, and I don't know why I haven't done it yet, because it's brilliant. We were talking about monkeys typing, the Shakespeare theory and all that. Well, this is about a little monkey called Marty, right? Basically, it's in some science lab, right? It's in there. It was wandering about out of its cage, right? The lab fella was busy on the phone or something,
Yeah.
right? And
Typical.
it's wandering about. It goes up to a PC that's in the corner, a little computer, types down, "My name is Marty," right? So the fella got off the phone, saw this on the screen with the monkey sat there, says to his mate, "Have you done this?"
Right, hold on, Karl.
Let
Right.
him finish.
Oh.
Before you question, always let him finish.
I don't know what to do.
Time's against us. Come on.
He
what
said,
to
"Have you done this?" He says, "Done what?" He said, "This on the screen here saying, 'My name's Marty,' right?" He goes, "What are you talking about?" As he's having an argument with his mate saying, "You're lying, you did it," monkey's sat there, typing, "This isn't a practical joke, my name is Marty."
Right, and that's the end of the story?
I'm not coming in next week.
I
think we need a week off. I actually think we need a week off.
It's doing a web chat or something. You can go online and have a chat with it.
The monkey's doing a web chat.
I don't know.
Has he got his own
Right,
website
Karl.
yet? His favourite Buffy the Vampire Slayer
Have a look
episode?
at that, have a look at that.
Right. Do you believe that, Karl?
It's all there.
No, but do you believe it? Do you believe that monkey could type that and then say this is not a practical joke when he's still arguing?
Weird, isn't it?
Oh.
What do you reckon, Steve?
Yeah, well, it's obviously a wind-up.
It's a joke. It's not even. You haven't even got some of the facts wrong. It's just a wind-up.
Have you noticed the date?
Is it April the 1st?
It is April the 1st.
You are joking.
That it was sent.
You're an idiot, Karl.
It was sent on April the 1st, Karl.
So you're saying the monkey knows it's April the 1st, but you
And
don't
it's doing a
believe...
wind-up. Yes. Yeah, I think the monkey has thought, I'll do it on April the 1st so that people think that it's a wind-up, but in actual fact I am a monkey that can type and read. It's a shame you never went into investigative journalism. You could have brought down, you know, the Watergate scandal.
Poor Karl. Well, I was thinking of a song that sums us 3 up. Yeah? What are we? What do you think? How would you sum us up?
Tricky.
Well, young, gifted and black.
True enough.
Apart from a couple of them.
Yeah, well, we're not gifted.
No.
And we're not very young.
No, I'm certainly not.
Should we take a week off?
Yeah.
Should we maybe just knock it on the head altogether?
We'll take a week off and see what happens.
Okay. See you next... No, let's not see you next
See you in a
week.
couple of weeks.
Yeah. Cheers then, Karl.
Martina Topley Bird. Need one. Alright, XFM 104.9. Well, it's that time. It's getting exciting. We've got Rockbusters results, but before that, a little bit of monkey news with... Oh! Chimpanzee that! Monkey news! Karl Pilkington.
Brilliant. Nice to have... I haven't read that for a couple of weeks.
Go on then.
Alright, so, is that this little monkey?
Oh, yeah.
Who lives in Morocco.
Right, I'll just warn you now, you're on thin ice from last time, okay? So, make sure, is this real?
It's been
Don't say anything
emailed in.
stupid, think about it. As you're saying it, think to yourself, oh, is that true? Do monkeys do that? Do they think like that? So, go on then.
So anyway, yeah, so there's this magician in Morocco, right? He's got a little monkey working with him, right? The way it used to work, magician used to do his thing on stage, do a little bit of magic, people loved it. Then the monkey came out, had a little cap, walked around the crowd and stuff, got the money, had a good little team thing going on, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, the monkey's name was 86.
Right.
Because back then there was so many monkeys, it was like, oh, what names, do you know what I mean, what names do you use, what do you do, so they just named them, right? So this little monkey...
What, he had 86 other monkeys? What?
No, it's just that because a lot of monkeys were sort of working back then, helping magicians out, you know, doing bits and pieces, busking, what have you. Just
Well, Rick, you know how there's so
Well,
many...
why would there be a confusion with that? If he only had one monkey, where's the confusion? People would go, oh, I'm not going to go and see that, I want to see 86, he's the better monkey. Do you know what I mean? What does it matter?
I don't know what you mean.
Well, why do they need... where was the confusion? With people going to the circus and going, what monkey are you going to see tonight? I don't know. It wasn't a billing, was it, with a monkey?
But Rick, it's just the same with humans. You know, there's so many humans now that we can't give them names anymore.
Yeah,
they all
exactly.
have to have numbers.
Exactly, yeah, there's so many humans, you know, with 5 billion people, we can't give them names, it's impossible. But, you know, with a few monkeys
anyway, number
working...
122, go on.
So anyway, there he is.
86.
86.
With his hat.
With his hat, walking around getting the money.
Yeah.
Anyway, the magician sort of, you know, thinking about moving on. Because in Morocco he'd sort of done all the tourist traps.
Sure.
So he had a word with the monkey, said, how about we...
See?
No, let him continue.
Think.
Let him continue.
He didn't have a word with the monkey.
Let him continue.
So what do you think about going over to Spain?
Yes. Sure. So, the monkey was in agreement?
So he said, go on then. Right, so they get in the car, and, like, the magician knew he'd have a bit of a problem on his hands, because you're not meant to take monkeys out of the country.
Yeah.
Right? So he thought, right, what I'll do, I'll get a car, right?
Right.
Stick the monkey in a boot, right? Get on the boat, and hopefully sort of, you know, stick it in some luggage and what have you.
Yeah.
We'll be over there, we'll be earning big money, everything's going to be great. So the monkey was like, brilliant. So they get in the car, they're on the way to the boat, and pull over at a petrol station. And just before filling it up, he opens up the boot and he goes, "You all right?" And then it's like, "Yeah, it's sound." So he leaves the boot open so it can breathe and get a bit of fresh air whilst it's filling up. Goes in to pay the money.
Yep.
Pays the money. Goes, "I'm just paying for the."
Right, this monkey is not going to drive away in that car, or we're never doing this feature again.
Karl, what happens? What's number 86 up to?
So 86. So
that's the ending, isn't it? That's the story.
Come on, let Karl finish the story.
It better not be.
Brilliant. You're gonna love it. Right, so he's in the petrol station, and he's going, right, I'll pay for pump 4. And the fella says, what are you talking about?
Pump 4, isn't that a monkey? No. Sometimes I use numbers for monkeys, sometimes I use... No, I mean pump 4.
Sure.
So he says, what are you talking about? There's no car at pump 4.
Right.
Keep going.
Sticks his head out of the door.
Yeah.
The monkey's giving it some. went over to Spain on its own.
Steve, I don't know what to do.
Well, hang on, let's just get a couple of the facts right here.
What do you mean, couple of the facts? Right, there are no facts.
So, number 86. Number 86 he drove to Spain.
You are, honestly, Carl, you must know.
It was an automatic.
Right. Carl, you must know that is shit. There is no way a monkey...
That's the thing with this
feature, though. He gets stopped at customs.
It's mental.
How would he get through customs, Carl? Has he got a passport?
No, he was sneaking about because he didn't have a passport.
So he parked and then snuck through.
Do you want the facts?
Let me see it. Right, I'll examine this, Rick, and we'll play a record.
Play a record, because I can't... That's nearly as bad as the armed robbery. Right, go on. Yeah. Play a record.
Bit of suede.
Yeah, Stay Together. My favourite.
One of 86's favourites.
Yeah, brilliant. My favourite suede track. Stay Together. XFM. Well, nearly time to go. But, before we do, a little bit of Rockbuster results.
Just checking some of the answers, Rick, and it seems that an awful lot of people have got it right.
Go on then. Tell us them again then. Remind us of them before you give us the answers.
Alright, Rockbusters number 1 was like this. It was a customer...
We're stopping monkey news, by the way, until you start getting some credible ones. Because that's it's ridiculous. It's not true.
No, it seems mad.
But no, but it's through the internet again, so anyone can go online, download that story. It's insubstantial. It's get ones from journals or where the source is quoted. Okay, or we're not interested, or we're not. Well, you don't. Okay, so same with on thin ice. We've pulled this once. We've pulled Rockbuster. We suspended it once, and you came back again. So it's. Do you know what I mean? Oh, is any monkey news this week?
It's been a problem.
Why?
It's not much has been going on this week.
What, in the monkey world?
In the monkey world. I don't know if they've caught on to the fact that they're getting coverage.
They're keeping their behaviour hush-hush.
Being a bit careful, but I found something.
Mock the Hoople, Roll Away the Stone. Classic little ditty on XFM 104.9. Alright?
Play the jingle.
Oh, is it? Brilliant. Oh, chimpanzee that! Monkey news, extra!
Well,
is there monkey news?
I tell you what, I've been having a bit of a problem this week.
Why?
It's just been a struggle. Normally, I can come into work on a Monday and there'll be something that's happened over the Saturday, over the Sunday night, do you know what I mean? Over the weekend, the monkeys have done something. Been very quiet. I thought I'll be alright. Let's see how the week goes on. I don't know if they've caught on to the fact that we're giving this coverage now, or I don't understand. Normally people are emailing me stuff all the time about monkeys. Been very quiet week. Been checking. I was looking in books last night and stuff.
Is there any monkey news?
I've got some, but just because it's not that good. Something else I found out that I thought I'd share with you.
Go on.
I was looking in the Guinness Book of Records, right? Because I thought they'll have something in there about monkeys or something, right? And there's a little monkey. I think it lives in Asia, right? There's loads of them live in Asia.
Might just be travelling, but yeah.
And something I found out. I don't know if they've got it right, and that's why I want to bring it up. Apparently, it's the mammal, right, that's got sort of the pointiest eyes that pop out of their head. Steve. Now, the thing is, right, I thought that's interesting.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's the biggest with the sort of goggle eye type thing.
Right, yeah, go on.
Apparently, they come out of their head 1.6 centimetres.
1.6 centimetres? What, you mean they protrude?
Yeah, they protrude from the head at 1.6.
Okay.
What? How long?
Have you got a ruler, Rick? 1.6.
He's having a go.
I'd say I'd be a little bit annoyed if the monkeys beat me.
Well, I don't think it has.
That's what I'm hoping.
Is there anything we can... I mean, what's 1.6? Oh, can you...
It's about...
Drop your trousers.
It's, well, about 3/4 of an inch.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Have they got it right, or what?
Maybe I should come down to Monkey World with you next week.
So anyway, that's not the monkey news, that's just something that cropped up, and...
Sure.
I do know once, when we were playing pool in the office, I think Lucy was your partner.
Yeah.
It was me and Ash versus you and Lucy, and you were having trouble because his glasses kept slipping down. So Lucy pushed his glasses up his nose, but the glasses touched his eye. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
He started it.
Well, you're the one who joined in.
No, I know, and I feel bad now.
Yeah.
He makes me nervous when he goes, yeah. It's like, play a record.
No, I'm just trying to think about which part of your fat, middle-aged physique I can pick on.
The tits would be a good
Yeah,
start.
yeah.
Oh, the belly.
Sure.
Oh, what do you think of that?
Oh, that's... What is that?
Play a record.
Was that monkey news for this week?
Have we not got
Well,
any
is that
other
the
monkey
monkey
news?
news?
Well, it's just, it hasn't been that good. I mean, the one that I found out here, because we've covered so much in the monkey world, right? The fact that we've done a monkey that was a sort of half man, we've done a monkey that got a decent job in a train station. Can you think of any of the other?
Well, that's just some of the great monkey news from the past.
That's what I mean. So that's what you got to compete with. So even though this is quite amazing,
Just tell us.
another monkey's got married.
Oh, not another monkey getting married.
What do you mean?
It's got another one. You know, it was knocking about with some woman monkey for a bit.
A woman monkey.
They decided to, you know, get married.
Yeah.
They did.
What do you mean they decided to get married?
Was it pressure from her parents?
They had a good do, and
Good do. I love the spread. I love that. Peanut vol-au-vents.
Yeah.
celebrated in a pub, and then they both went off to the cage that night. That's what I mean. Even though that is quite impressive,
But
because
it's not true. Or it's a joke. It's nothing. It's not.
on an over website, official sort of news website.
2 monkeys have married in Romania. After a whirlwind romance. Well, that's...
After a whirlwind romance.
God, yeah. Yeah, a quick one hanging onto the rope. Yeah. She was in the tyre.
Yeah.
He saw it.
Yeah.
He went, I'll have a go at that. They go, we got to marry her now.
Yeah.
Her parents came and said, did you just shove my
He was
dog
in a
the
zoo
tyre?"
knocking one off. She went, I can do that for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Guests say the monkey bridegroom was scared by the number of people attending the wedding and refused to get out of his cage. But his bride was,
Not bloody Hello Magazine again.
No, it was no. I think it was like last minute nerves.
Right,
like
right,
you
right,
know,
legit,
I'm
yeah,
single
second
now.
thoughts.
It's like it's the big step.
Yeah.
But his bride enjoyed every minute of it. She was loving it.
Yeah,
she
sure,
looked lovely, by the
sure.
way. She looked lovely.
Yeah.
The
Did she? Oh,
newspaper
good.
reports she only appeared to have problems with her veil and dress. Do you see? You know, this is. The guest
I hope they didn't ruin it like Anthea Turner and maybe get sort of sponsorship PG tips or something.
Totally, with strong plum brandy, so they got them drunk as well. So they carried on the celebrations at the pub, and the bride was taken to her new husband's cage at night. I apologise. Play a record.
I'll tell you what winds me up.
What?
Monkeys getting married.
I know.
And I'm not getting any action. And I got bigger eyes.